So arrays are actually implemented as objects. Array is not a primitive data. Okay, there are so many methods associated with the array. Whenever we use any function with any particular object, we can call that as a method. Otherwise, it is not associated with any particular class or object. That is not a method, we call it as function. Functions are standalone, they are independent. When you look at this, you see here, you have function like clear table, render data to table. These are called as functions. Whereas when it comes to this one here, this is called as a method. Get name is a method, get department is a method, get details is a method. Okay, so here name is what public data. Department is also public. Using here employee dot, you can get the name and you can get department. Fine. Okay, suppose I want to make this private. The employee I would like to make private. To make it private, you have to use hash key.
So we need to make the elements individually like that, right?
Yes, so but here this is a employee objects straight away we are creating. Okay.
Can I straight away make employee as a hash key?
We are not using any new keyword. Without using new keyword, we have created this. Normally, to create an object, we have to use new keyword. With help of that, you can create object. Okay, an object can be created using new keyword. Okay, but here straight away using where employee equal to using curly brackets, we created. So this is called as a literal object. We call this as a literal object. Okay. Similarly, the arrays what we declare are also nothing but literals. It's a literal array. Array also can be created using new keyword. So where is the array for us here? Array is nothing but table data is an array. It is an empty array. Instead of using here where table data, you can go even with a new keyword with array you can make. Like where, okay, new ARR equal to, you can use here new keyword followed by array. Like this also you can create. Okay, both ways are correct, but this is a short form of creating array object. In both ways you can do, but sometimes this is going to be useful. Suppose you want to create an array in which you want to have 1000 elements. In such case, what you can do, you can just put here 1000. It is going to create an array of 1000 elements. Getting here what I'm saying? Okay. Similarly, there is other way of doing here also. Table data here dot length equal to 1000 also you can keep. Even like this also you can do. Okay, there are different ways to do same thing. Okay, but depending on the fluency you have, you can use. Some people they get habituated to this kind of thing, and some people who have programming, oops background. In such cases, they can go with the new in this manner. Suppose you worked with the JavaScript, Java or C#. In such cases, you may use this concept. Okay, so arrays are basically reference type of data. They are treated as objects. Now we further discuss about it, but here right now, what I do, I am commenting them. These two are getting commented. We try to explore what are the different functions available or different methods available in the given, for the given array object. Okay, so here using splice, we can actually remove the element. You can even use delete. With the help of delete also you can do. If you see here delete, deletes element at the given index of the array, but the size of the array remain unchanged. It creates a gap in the array. In the given position, it deletes element, okay, but that particular position is going to contain undefined value.
Okay.
That means array is not getting resized in such cases. When you go with the delete,
Okay.
so the array size is not getting actually resized. Suppose there are 10 elements, you delete some 7th element. In that, how many there should be total? 9 elements you should have. But number of elements, it's going to show 10. Okay, but in the given 7th position, again, it is going to, still it is there, but you don't have any data in that. You can say it as undefined.
Okay.
So delete is going to behave in that manner. Okay,
Mm.
but when you go with the splice, you can remove the element in that case. Now come to this piece of code here, delete row. I think we have here. So with the help of this, you can now delete it. So what we do here, table data dot followed by splice. You can use the function splice. This is a method because this is object followed by the function written for that given class can be called as a method. Which position I want to remove here? P position. Like that, how many elements I want to remove here? Just one. Okay, just one element I am removing in that. Then after that, what should happen? It should be re-rendering. Okay, we need to re-render the data in that. So next, what we do? Therefore, we go here and once again, we call this particular thing. This is one way of doing. This is one way of doing. Actually, we are going to re-render everything now. Okay, so now let us come to here. This is the one we have. Now come to this here in this. This is the folder. In this folder, I have in this manner. So first of all, I'm adding something. ASR followed by 34 add data. Now I go with the AVR. I enter something like 56 add data. Okay, ADR. I enter here something like 55. Then here add data. Okay, suppose when you go with the remove data, what is happening? All the rows are getting deleted for us.
Mm.
But here, when you go with this, you have to delete actually the second element. Okay, now here delete, click on this particular thing. What is happening? That particular row now got deleted for us.
Mm.
Okay, now again, if you go with this, this will be getting deleted. You have only one row now in that. So with the help
What
of this
is
code,
the-
you can do it.
Okay.
We are passing the parameter P, then here table data dot splice P comma 1. P meaning is what here? The given position index in the given array. And here one meaning is what? One element or one row you delete from the given array.
Okay.
So this is called as splice.
Mm.
So using splice, you can remove elements. Okay. Either you can remove one element or you can remove multiple elements. Here, when you go with the splice, those position, starting position, then followed by how many delete count, how many numbers you want to delete. So this is basically splice. So using splice, you can do in that manner. We are deleting it. Okay. But suppose now I want to add one more thing using splice, I can add here. I can add using splice. New thing can be added here. Okay, I can add now using here. What I do, I can be adding something here again. Okay, so I have to add tr in this case. New row must be getting appended to that. Okay, new row, we have to append. So I take the same thing. Okay, I take the same thing here, followed by here I can be appending data. Okay, so normally into the array, what we do, we don't straight away add anything in this manner. We are going to add the object to that. When you go with the add button, what is happening in that? Whenever we go with the add, so here in this manner, we are adding. Where is the add button in this? Somewhere we have the add button. So using the add button, we are entering data. Add data to table. Okay. So here we are adding something this way. But this time it's going to be hard coding. This is nothing but here, hard coded one. Okay, so come to this point. Here, let me add. So earlier, this is what P position. Now P minus 1, I would like to keep. Okay, so it is P position we don't have. So therefore, with the P minus 1, we can do it. So here, in this case, KVR, something like this we put. Then here it is age. We enter like 45. Followed by here table data dot splice. Okay, here I go with the P minus 1, followed by 1 here. Then I'll go with the object. What is that object exactly? OBJ. I want to add in this. Just one object I would like to add. So once again, try to run this here. So let me add here a KCR, followed by 45, add data, then enter something like this, enter here 67, add data. Now I want to remove here KTR. Then in that case, what happens? Let us see. Okay, it is having only one element. It's
This
having
is
only one
equation.
element. Okay, table data dot splice. With the help of that, I'm trying to add the object. Let object equal to name KBR, age 45. So using splice, I can be adding here. I don't want to delete anything. Okay, so I should not delete anything. I go here with the 0, then try to add object. Okay, I don't want to here add anything. Go with this, then enter age as 70, add data. Okay. Enter this one as some 56, add data. Now when I delete here, it should be adding the new one. Now you can see here, KVR is getting added in the first position. Can you see here?
But why it is adding on the first position when we are deleting it in the second position?
But second position I deleted, but what I've written here, P minus 1, I'm saying or not.
Okay.
So when I say P1, P minus 1 position, it's going to be inserting in that location.
What is slice of P minus 1 comma 0 comma object? Why?
Yes.
I mean, what is that
First of
thing
all, in the
that?
splice, what happens? You specify position, then followed by how many objects you want to delete, you need to specify.
Okay.
Then followed by whatever object you want to add, you can add. Okay, when this is 0, what happens in such cases? It is not going to delete anything.
Okay.
It is going to be just adding the objects.
Okay.
Okay, but here what is happening on the top? We gave just P comma 1. That means what? You remove one row, but you are not adding any objects.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the concept behind it. So using splice, we could actually delete that particular thing.
Okay.
Okay, so this is in that way we could do. What we do, we are deleting the data in the given array, then we are re-rendering that particular data in the table. But instead of that, if we go and simply if we delete that particular row, how that would be? From the table itself, if we delete, we need not render again this one. Are you following what I'm saying? Here we are deleting the array, then that array we are re-rendering. Correct? Because render data to table, we are calling with the help of that, again it's getting re-rendered. But here it takes some time. You have something like this. When you click on the delete, okay, in the array you may change, but simply from the table, if we remove, how that would be, instead of actually calling that entire thing. If you can remove only this particular row, then that would be good.
I didn't understand.
See, this is what UI. It is what table object.
Okay.
Okay, how this table object is created? Using the array. All the data behind this table is coming from that array. Correct? Now what we are doing when we click on the delete, in the array we are removing data, then we are re-rendering, again we are creating table.
Yes.
Correct? So I don't want to delete in that way. I don't want to re-render. Without re-rendering, when I click on the delete, if row is just getting removed from this table, how that would be?
Okay.
Understood
Only
my
just
point?
deleting that row instead of again
Re-rendering.
creating a table.
Yes.
Okay.
Re-rendering takes time. So instead of re-rendering, what I want to do, I want to just delete this particular row. Only UI part I want to do. That means I want to manipulate only DOM, document object model. That concerned row I need to remove from the given table. Okay, can you try on that?
Yes.
So note down and try to do it, please. Okay, so this is what basically splicing. With splicing, you can do it. Splice is a function with the help of that you can add new data or you can remove existing data in the given from the given array. You can add multiple objects even here. N number of times you can add objects. Suppose if you put object 3 times, so it is going to add 3 times the given object. Here, refresh this and try to add here ADR, then enter some 45, add data, then AVR. Okay, this is some 45, add data. Now when I delete here, 3 times same thing is getting added for us. KVR is getting added how many times? 3 times that is getting added. Okay, so this is called as here adding multiple objects or multiple data using the splice method. Table data is what type of object? This is an array object. Following this, Pooja?
Yes.
So now let us look into other aspects of this. Okay, normally to retrieve a value from the given array, what we do, we use the square brackets. In that we specify the index, then with the help of that you retrieve the value from the given array. Correct? Okay, so let us come to this point here. Okay, so what I do, I just want to add here one more. Here I want to write one more. Yeah, so another button also I would like to add here. TD. Okay, then here I go with the button. I go here with the button. Same thing I take, but different function I'm going to be calling in this case. Same function I want to take here and put in this area, but not delete. Display, I would like to take display, that one. Okay, followed by here TD. I have started new table data. Okay, here This is display. I want to display this in the alert box. Okay, this is not show row. Show item, this one can be. Show object otherwise. Whatever you want to write, you can write. This is user defined one only. It is nothing but here, show position. Here go with this, then write function, then write here, show position. So this is what show position. Sorry, what is this? Not show position. It is show item. Okay, this is what show item. The name of the function is here, show item. Using show item, I want to print that. Okay, here there are certain methods available with the given employee object for us. Get details we have. So with the help of get details, we can print there. Or you can call separately get name and get department. So we can show both the things here in this. We take comma followed by age equal to dollar here. Then go with the curly brackets. This dot here it is age. Okay, we have a department. This dot department. You can write in that way. So age equal to, we take like this and we try to show this. Okay, then here exactly we need to get data. Show item P. So what we show here in this alert followed by, we need to retrieve the element. What is that element we need to retrieve here? This is basically table data followed by, we give P, it is returning an object followed by here dot show. What do we have here? It is on the top. The method is here.
Get details.
It is okay, get details. So with the help of the get details, we should be printing them. So here we come to this point, then here give it, let us try to print on that particular thing. So when you click on the show item, it has to show those things using the index we are retrieving from that. Okay, using index we are retrieving. Now let us go with this. Again, add here some data, ASR 45, add data, then ADR, go with this, then enter 56, add data. Now when you click on the display, it should display for us. So why it is not displaying? Let us see in this. Get details is not a function, it is saying here. Table data P dot get details is not a function, but we have written it as a function in this. Okay, in the employee object, we have written it as get details.
We never declared it as a function, right? Like if you want to write a function, then function name. It's a method.
But inside this is method. This is method only. We were even calling this. Here, what is happening? Console.log employee.get details.
No, that's the employee.get details, not
Hmm.
table data.get details.
Yes, but in the table, what we are saving? So T data we have taken. Okay, but in the table data, we are adding object or not, employee or not in this.
No, I mean employee has name and department. That's a different variables. Here, name and age.
No. What is available for us in the table data? Every time we are creating object, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We are creating an object here. In the object, we don't have that. That's the reason we are not getting that particular things. Let us copy those things here. Just go with the get details in this. and try to see now. Okay, so here we go with this, then add only this particular thing. Okay, so go with this, again try to do this. It is ADR followed by name 45, add data. When you click on this, it is showing now name equal to ADR, age equal to undefined, it says. There is no age in this, we need to go with the department in fact. Here, this must be department for us. When you go here in this case, age we have, but here this is for department. So go with the this dot age. That object is different, this object is different, correct. Now we have definition for this. In such cases, we should be getting it. ADR, that followed by here age, we enter as 45, add data. When you click on the display, it is showing data. Okay, in this object, we need to add even all these things. Then you can actually, this can work for us. Okay, instead of doing like this, you can go with class approach. You can create a class, that class you can instantiate, just you can add here. So that way also you can do, but once you define in the class, automatically the methods are going to be available. This is called as your object literal. Okay, this is object literal. We are hard coding this object in this case. We are not using any kind of existing class to create a new object. So this is, it does not belong to any particular type of class here. It is simple object we created. No two objects are going to be similar in this case. Okay, if you take them, no two objects are going to be same. Though inside them you have same type of data, but what is happening? They are going to be different objects. So this is object literal. Literal meaning is what? Basically
we are
constant.
creating one object and every time we are changing the values in that object. But in the class, we can't do like that, right?
In the class, so using class, you are going to create
Yes.
object in such cases. Let us
So
define a
every
class
time I need
as
to
well.
create new object.
Yes. So using new keyword, we need to create. So whatever features you have in the class, automatically they come to the object. But here it's not like that. We are creating just a object literal. That means what? It's something like constant. We are not taking any feature from any predefined class in such cases. Understood?
I understood, but if we are using classes, creating multiple objects each time we enter data into the table, it will be a
Every time you need to go with a new keyword you have to use. You need to create new object, then you need to push into the array. Here also we are creating multiple objects. Is it not multiple objects here?
Yeah, but multiple object, but we are just, we are just storing them in a single object with the same name, right?
No, it is not single object. There are multiple objects.
Multiple objects, but using as a one object, and we are just storing into the array and deleting the.
We are not doing like that. See, this object is getting created whenever you call the add data to table function. This is not a global variable, first thing. Only when the method is called, at that time the object is getting created. Okay. So once you, but that object we are saving into which one? Into the table we are adding that. Okay, we are adding into table that particular thing. Okay, so this object is actually being added to the given object. That way basically we do. Here same thing is happening. Here we created object, then followed by we are pushing into the here into the table. What exactly it is returning here? This is returning name. But here what we do? Function add data to table. Okay, then we have a like here we have a like get details is a function we have written inside this. Okay, inside this we have written, followed by what is happening here. Here we are going to be ending object construction or object creation. Then we are adding this object to table data.push. We are pushing it to the table data here. So once you come out from this add data to table function, no longer this object is available. Every time you call add data to table, it's a new object. Where is the same object where we are changing the value every time? This is creating a new one. So what is the purpose of let keyword? Every time you are going to create a new one, the scope is limited to only add data to table. This is not going to create a local variable. It is just it's going to create a local variable. It's not going to create a global variable. Understood, Pooja? Here.
Mm.
Okay. So this object every time we are creating, earlier whatever created, that is not going to be lasting. So we are pushing that object into table data. In the table data that is available, but every time we are not retrieving that table data object. Every time we are creating a new object. Even if you want to print object, every time you get actually different data. Go with the print followed by not print.
Console.
Okay, but will it give details? Let me see here. Console.log object followed by dot. Okay, console.log object dot ID. Let us take ID. So what it prints every time? See here. It is not possible here. So we should print here every time. This is object ID. Let us see this. What ID we get every time for this. Let us run this. Go with the ASR, then enter like 34, add data. It says undefined. Fine. Okay. So similarly, once again, when this ID is not available, therefore, so how we get the object? Let us see here. So what is the facility available? Object comma object dot. This is the name you have. Okay, name is automatically you can get from that clone mode console. Okay, ID inner HTML INP1 INP2 insert row key length log new row place push. So these are various things available. Okay, so let me go with the value here. What do I get? See in this. Here it is ASR followed by age is 34, add data. Still it says actually undefined. It is saying here undefined. Okay, so let me try with some other thing in such cases. If I go with the print object, whatever data you have in that, you can find from that. It is name, delete row. Okay, ID, inner INP1, INP2 you have. Key we have, so whether we have any key or not, we see. Let us go with the key, whether key is available or not in this, we can check. It is ASR followed by age is 45, add data, still it says undefined. But when I go with the object, it's going to print whatever data we have in that. So here, if you see simply object, it's going to print the data available in that. Okay, so here refresh followed by this is ASR, then enter age as 45, add data. It is showing in this manner. Object is getting printed here. Entire object is getting printed. So it is printing the object there. Okay, but I don't want to print object here. Address of the object I want to get. So let us go with address of anything. Okay, so here JavaScript print address of the object. Yeah, print address of object. Okay. So how do we print? So not available in this. Let us try to see in this. Somewhere we may get. Okay, at the rate symbol we use. With the help of that, let us try to print. At the rate object we take and try to, but this is giving error for us when you go with the at the rate. Okay, so it is not actually printing for us. So I want to print the address of the given variable. Okay. So somewhere we should get that particular memory address. But how to print? They are not giving information here. Okay, it is just giving object one. They are trying to tell something like where it is located. So they give such information for us, but I want to get the address of that. We are getting all those things in the C++, that is fine, but here we cannot get. Okay, so when I try to print the address of this one, I'm unable to get. It is not actually printing that. Okay. Print memory address of object. There's no way we find any solution for that. Okay. Variable memory address, when we say, nowhere it is giving us any information. Let us see in the code project. Anywhere is it available? Not in the C#, in the Python we want to get it. So no, there is no provision to get the address of that particular thing. Okay, but it is going to be in a separate, like a separate object only it is. There is no way to print that one. Let us further see, anywhere do we get anything? Okay, if I go with the hash object, it will not print anything. Do we have any like address? Okay, something like this is available. Whether that function is available or not, we can find. Go with this, then here dvr, then enter something like 34, add data. So it is giving error here. Address is not available in this. This is not a function, like it's not available. Okay, anything like address of, do we have? Even it is not available, just it can print the object for us. It is unable to give the memory location for us. Okay, I try to find exactly how the address can be referenced, but every time this is going to be a different object for us.
So for difference between the class and this one is we just use a new keyword over there. Here we are not using any
Yes, we are
new
not
keyword.
using. Yeah, this is
Okay.
literal, completely hard-coded one.
Okay.
Okay, in one object, what would you suppose? In one object we write get details. In the other object, if you don't write get details, in that case that may not work properly. Okay, so therefore here this is what get details we have taken. In one object you can have get details, in the other object you may not have get details. But suppose if you write same thing in the class, that problem we don't have. Let us define the class here. Same thing we try to do in the class. Okay, here first we need to define the class. Okay, class. Here it is person. We go this way. Class person. Then inside this, I can go here with the hash name. Okay, equal to initially, I can assign something like this. Similarly, hash age equal to, I can put something in this manner. So this is called as private data. Okay, now go with the person constructor. Okay, then inside this, okay, so this is going to be here name and person we have, then followed by here set name. I give here some s, followed by here we write hash name equal to, here this is s. I need to use here this dot hash name equal to s. Similarly here get name, this is a function, followed by here I don't write anything, then in this case I can write return this dot hash followed by, this is name, this is getter and this is setter. First one is setter, second thing is here getter. In the Python you have seen the property, if you recall that in the circle or somewhere cube we have written that. Can you recall in the Python those things, Pooja?
The circle, yes.
Yes, in the circle we have a property like
Mm.
x, y, radius. So we have written there set and get. There also we are using private data.
Mm.
This is
Mm.
private in the class. When you use hash key, it is nothing but private. But this is not private here. This is here public only.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. When you don't use hash,
Okay,
that is
yes.
called as here
Mm.
public. Okay. Next, one more thing is here get details.
Like we are using init methods and self keywords.
Yes.
Mm.
So we use like, it's not init method. This is, it is not init.
This
I
is
haven't
not
written
in, but in
constructor.
Python.
Yes, in the Python you use. Okay. So here, not init. Init is a constructor. I'm not using any constructor here at this moment. Okay.
No,
I'm
no.
not using constructor. Just I create object, then using set name and get name, set name and here set age. I need to write even the age here. I can assign the values there.
Okay, here
you
set
come.
name and get name are the public, but they can access the name and age, which are the private
Yes,
variables.
correct. Yes. Set age, and this is here get age. To make them public, you are using here hash key. If you don't have hash, in that case, that becomes actually public. So with hash, you are making it private. And here, this is going to be some a you can put. Some variable name, that is a. Okay. And here also, I need to get here hash followed by age. Setter and getter, we have written. Okay, get details we have now in this. We come to get details. In the get details, here I can go with the return. Backtick I use here. Backtick I can write here, followed by, what do I write? Name. Okay. Colon here, dollar symbol, followed by this dot, hash, name I can put. Similarly, here age, colon. Okay, I can go with the dollar. Then I can put here curly brackets. This dot here, hash age. Like this, I'm making this one. I'm returning here details. Okay, this is the object I create. This is this class I created here. Now come to this piece of code here. Whenever you are adding add data to table. Okay, so here what we do, I just comment this part, multi-line comment. I would like to use here. Okay, so here I can close that. But this time I can write object equal to, you can write let object equal to new person. I can create here a person object. Okay, then here what I should write, object dot followed by here set name. Inside this, you need to set in this manner.
Okay.
Next, what we do in the same manner, object dot here set age. And here, whatever we have, we can copy and paste. So here in this case, what is happening? Using blueprint, every time we are creating object. But here, what is happening? Every time we need to hard code this, but this is something like hard coding.
And now
when
we need to print it in the table, we need to call the get function also, right? Like
yes,
when,
you need to call in the table to print it. You're calling here also. You have get details. If you see, you have get details in this. Not here. Where is the class? If you go to the class, we have get details in the class, person class.
Okay.
With that, we are going to be calling it. Okay, so here, what is the advantage you have when you create class? This object is going to be automatically getting features from this person class.
Okay.
So now, whatever objects you are adding, they are always going to be like type of person only. You can print them here. Whenever you want to print here, get details. Okay, so when you go with the get details, where is that get details? Here somewhere we have written. Okay, somewhere it is written. Just now we have written. Let us go to that render data to table show item. So here you can go with this and print console dot log. Then go with the type of what you give here. So this is going to be table data of P. Like this, you can print in this. So with that, you can know. Then here we put in this manner P also. That means position also we print. Okay, what type of data that is we can print? Earlier it says simply object. Okay, but this time what it says, it is going to say this one as a person object. Here I give one more example for that. Object equal to, I want to put something like this here. A colon some 100. I created one object here. Similarly, I go with the object 1 equal to here B colon some 200. These two are different objects. So when you go here with the console.log, okay, type of here, I want to go with the A. Okay, type of here, this is A. Okay, here we don't put any position. Okay, this is first object for testing. We write, and similarly, we go with the second object. This one is, it is going to be here, not A, this is type of, I should write this one as object. And this is what exactly object 1 I can print. So these both belong to which type of object here? They are just objects. Okay, they don't belong to any particular type of special object. Person is what here?
So
A
these
special
doesn't
object.
belong to that person class, right? These
Yes,
objects.
it is generic
Okay.
object. It is a generic
Okay.
object which is the root of the JavaScript. In the root of the JavaScript, it is defined. So it is going to be object. Similarly, here we go with the console.log. Okay. Here I'll be printing the type of the array also, table data I take. So what it says, see in this case, table data object. Okay, for testing purpose. Now let us try to run this. Here go with the like ASR followed by enter 67, add data. Okay, so get element by ID is not defined. It says in line number 134, first we have error. Line number 134, we are getting here error. Okay, where it is not available. Yes, here document was missing. Because of that, it was giving error. Now here, do this ASR, then enter age as some 45, add data.
This is undefined in the table.
We added that. Okay. So at the time of adding, it's showing, but if you go with the display, what happens? Name ASR, followed by here 45. Click on OK. Then what it's saying here in this case? It is saying person here, then followed by object, first object for testing, object. I haven't changed actually. All they are nothing but here object only. They are shown like object only. But when you go with this is showing guys actually person for us. Okay. It's fine. When you go with the type of object, we should print it as actually. So how I created object, I created. I'm not using type of. Okay, when I go here, this is here. Type of table data P. Okay, you need to take like this, where X equal to, here go with the person. Then here try to take this. If I say here table data P, we don't have any such mechanism. X equal to table data P here. Now when we try to print X dot is instance anything like that, do we have? So when you go with the type of, simply it's going to print it as a object. Okay, but just let us see in this how this time it is how it behaves. So here ADR, then enter here some age, add data. Okay, let me clear this particular portion here. After that, display, it is printing data in this manner. So it says object 0. So that's 0 position basically. Even that is also treated as actually object. Okay, but what advantage we have in this case? It is basically person object only. It's nothing but person object. The person object only we are adding to the table. Okay, we are pushing object in this case. It is nothing but person object. But when you want to print data, automatically it is getting data from that. When you go with the show item, it is printing for us. It is calling the get details from that. Okay, but when you go with the type of, it is not printing actually specific object type. Okay, so when you go with this type of, when you say it's not printing actually specific type, we should get actually person in such cases. It's not printing that particular thing. So why it is not printing? But that is basically instance of here. It's instance of which one? Person class.
Mm.
Okay, so here in the other way, instead of going with the type of object, I can try in the other way. I can write here X is instance or instance of followed by here person.
Person. Mm.
Okay, X instance of person. So if it is instance of person, then it prints actually true value. Okay. So otherwise it should print actually false value for us. Now just try to run this here, name ASR, then age is like 56, add data. When you click on the display, it is saying true for us. Okay, it is saying true. But when it comes to here, this one, instead of going with the type of, here what we do, object instance of person, what happens? Let us see.
No, that's not the instance of person, right?
Yes, it should
So it
print
returns
false for
false.
us. Okay, but here, if you go with the okay, so this should print for us instance of object one, instance of object. What it prints, see in this. Okay, here go with the ASR, then try to enter some 34 add data. But here it says undefined, undefined, both the cases. Why it is saying undefined? Let us try to find. Object is not defined, it says. That is false.
But second one is returning the false.
Yes, second one is returning false. But when I go with this, it is returning here false. So in such cases, let us go with the object. Okay. So here, another one. It is saying undefined. Why it is saying undefined? If you go with the table data, whenever we are rendering it, so when we render it, what exactly we do in this render data to table? Okay, straight away, probably we are taking data for them. Okay, so it is showing data, table data, x dot name we say, that is a private variable. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
The object is containing here private data. How we define private data? So using hash.
Mm-hmm.
So what we use in such cases, we have to go with the get name function. With the help of that, we can access. Okay, so this is going to be here, get name. Next thing is here, get age. Age, but this is a function. You need to add empty set of parentheses. Here also you need to add empty set of parentheses. Now run, you don't get this time that problem. Here go with the ASR followed by here 34 add data. Now this is getting added properly. When you go with the display, here in the bottom, okay, here first one is false, second thing is true here. Uppercase object, when I take, it is working properly. Okay, so using instance of, you can find to which particular class it belongs.
Okay.
You can see here where I have written somewhere here I have written instance of. With the help of instance of, I can find that particular thing.
Okay.
Okay, just 1 minute, Pooja.
Mhm.
Where are you? Anyone is okay, so let's find everything here. Here. So that when we want to okay. Okay. No, I mean, because 2 days actually probably somebody coming from US. 1 day we can be on Monday. Monday. Okay. 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 So understood this concept here, Pooja?
Yes, but I think I need to try in my own example, then
Yes,
I
you need to
can
create
do
your
better.
example. You need to mimic
Okay.
and you need to modify few things and you need to do.
Mhm.
Okay, and in one go only if we discuss about all these things, what happens is you forget. I mean, when you hear,
Mhm.
it looks like everything you understood, but you'll
Mhm.
definitely forget.
Mhm.
Okay, and other thing is, see, here we introduce a concept called hash key. Then later on, what we do without modifying existing one, we tried, so we were getting error. This you are going to remember always. If you get error and if you correct that, then you are going to remember that forever.
Mhm.
Rather than when everything is working simply, you are not going to focus much on that. When we get error, in that case, we focus what is happening with that. Okay,
Mhm.
so shall we stop today here only?
Okay.
And I'm going to give these things to you. So how these are working, you
Mhm.
try to find.
Okay. And actually, I am new to the GitHub. I don't know
Yes,
about anything about that. What is
yes,
that? Why? How you use in your software life?
yes. So let me
Actually, I
stop
heard about that.
recording. Then after that, we discuss about it. Okay.
Okay.